Star Wars 7x7 episode 2801. So this Saturday we are looking at another What to Watch Now episode, and last week we talked about the Star Wars content on the Disney Plus YouTube channel. So today we're going to look at the Disney channel and check out what Star Wars content is there. It's not a lot. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. So the Disney channel on YouTube, not the Disney Plus channel, the Disney channel, they also publish a bunch of videos, but actually the volume on there is much less than the Disney Plus channel by comparison. I suppose it kind of makes sense in a way because all their energy is toward that subscription platform, right? And even on the Disney YouTube channel, they had a whole bunch of content on November 12th, which was the Disney Plus Day, and all about Disney Plus and beyond and what to expect. There were actually a couple of videos I think that were shared across the two channels. But as far as Star Wars content on the Disney YouTube channel, there's precious little between the last time that we checked, basically, which is around Disney Plus Day, I think, maybe give or take. But since then, you know, it's been a few months, and there's only really, like, aside from just, you know, little blinks of Star Wars stuff to remind you that, hey, there's Star Wars stuff on Disney Plus, there was only really, you know, one video that was focused on Star Wars entirely and one just little fun thing. They had a Try Not to Smile video compilation of moments from all across various, you know, Disney media. Little Groot dancing around at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was, you know, a Marvel thing, for example. And there was one Grogu sighting in that. It's the scene where he's eating the little macaroons when he's sitting in the classroom in Chapter 12 of Season 2, The Siege. So the one video that was Star Wars related, and it goes really quick, like it's barely a minute long, is what to watch once you've finished the Book of Boba Fett. So other Boba Fett related storytelling on Disney Plus. And the recommendations were pretty straightforward. Of course, The Empire Strikes Back, where he first appears in films, and then the Clone Wars recommendation, they particularly call out Season 2 and Season 4, in which Boba Fett appears, and also the Vintage Collection, as they refer to it, the Story of the Faithful Wookiee. So they plug the cartoon from the Star Wars Holiday Special in there. And there were other things that they could have recommended as well. By this time, the Under the Helmet, the Legacy of Boba Fett little documentary thing had already been released, so they could have plugged that as well. And I suppose they could have plugged, say, for example, Chapter 14 of The Mandalorian, which significantly features Boba Fett in action. So the video had some good tidbits, but for being thorough, yeah, not so much. That's okay. So as a result, I got to thinking about, you know, what a similar video would look like for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, because we, of course, have that coming up in just a short couple of months. And there's only really, well, okay, yes, all of the Clone Wars. All of the Clone Wars for sure, but I got to thinking about it in terms of how often Obi-Wan is on Tatooine. Like, how many times do we see him go to Tatooine in Star Wars storytelling? And the answer turns out to be not very often. In fact, it only happens, or we only see him on Tatooine in 5 particular instances. In The Phantom Menace, in Attack of the Clones, in the Clone Wars cartoon movie, in Revenge of the Sith, and in A New Hope. Oh, actually, I suppose there's one more, come to think of it. The episode of Star Wars Rebels where Maul tracks down Obi-Wan Kenobi for their final showdown. So there you go, half dozen actually altogether. And so if you want to catch up on the life and times of Obi-Wan Kenobi, then those are the primary sources you'd want to check out, at least the 3 movies and the Clone Wars movie cartoon, if you're game for it. And if you want to dig into the whole Clone Wars, but that's still going to be stuff that is more than 10 years out from the events of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, so it's hard to see how the events of the regular ongoing series will end up reflecting on or having any particular effect on what we encounter in the Kenobi series. It seems more likely that learning about his life in the previous movies and the Clone Wars cartoon movie might have more of a weight on what we might see in the Kenobi series. Also, I suppose it's entirely possible that the business on Cato Nemoidia that was referenced in Revenge of the Sith, where Anakin had saved Obi-Wan for a 10th time, and Obi-Wan says 9 times that business on Cato Nemoidia doesn't count. Well, that business on Cato Nemoidia is going to be revealed in Brotherhood, which is the novel by Mike Chen that's coming out on May 10th. Don't know if that's going to bear on the Kenobi events or if it's just, taking advantage of the opportunity that is right there with the Kenobi series by saying, hey, let's tell more Kenobi stories. I don't know. But yeah, those 4 primary, and then, just for the heck of it, you might as well enjoy yourself and watch A New Hope and Twin Sons from Rebels while you're at it. So there you go. That's a brief What to Watch Now episode here of the podcast, and that is going to do it for this episode of the podcast. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it as always, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.